it seemed like you all got more momentum as the game went along. But I'm going to be honest with you, first 5, 6, 7 minutes, I wasn't sure you were going to score 20 in that first half.
Yeah, well, I mean, when you have a young team, like I said before the game, new experience for almost everybody on our team, whether that's a home game, first home game, first home game for everybody playing in front of a crowd. And that was a pretty good Air Force crowd for game one. Basketball is a pretty good crowd. I thought the students were good. So that's a new experience in a lot of ways. And then having won a big game on Saturday, one of the bigger road wins, here, all these guys having that first experience of, okay, well, now this is what it is now, 3 games in. There's a scouting report. They know who you are, Ethan Taylor. The game's going to be really hard. And I thought the beginning of the game, the first 8, 10 minutes, that's what it was like. So, but, I sort of just said, okay, I know we are young and just we're working on just stay with it. And sort of we did, and we broke through in those last 4 minutes of the half. And then in the second half, we just continued that. We took care of the ball. We played really good defense. We were tough. We were, we played the way we need to play to make sure we keep improving. And it's good to see that through 3 games.
Was part of that just taking the charges there for a while? Just playing sound defense like that?
Yeah, no question. I think across the board, our perimeter defense was really good. Our inside defense early on was not. But we talked at halftime about scouting reports, and we got to get good at, knowing this is what we want them to do, make them do it. I thought in the second half we made them do the things that we wanted them to do. That's when you see charges. That's when you see 6'10" Lucas Mormon block a couple shots because they're not doing what they want, what makes them good players. And I think we did a really good job of that, and I'm hopeful that's a good learning experience for our guys that, if we do that and we do it over and over again, over the course of 40 minutes, that's what playing to win is. That's the definition of playing to win, and I thought our guys did a really good job of that.
What did you think of the 4 guys playing their first home game?
Yeah.
Jeffrey Mills didn't play a ton, but
right.
Everybody else seemed to have.
Well, it's what you get with freshmen. I mean, one thing was I said to Ethan Taylor at halftime, Ethan, I keep telling you, it's going to get harder and harder and harder. They're going to come after you. You're playing 39 minutes a game. They know you're like sort of a little bit of the engine. So you got to embrace that now. You didn't play that well for the first 20. Good players, don't have bad games. Good players may not have a good half, but good players don't have bad games. And he came out and he was completely different pace, different energy, played really well. And you need to say Heidebreder that was the best Jake Heidebreder's played in his 3 games, and I expect that to keep coming. He got a big tip in. He's got a lot of energy. He's an energizer bunny. And Cam Vanderswijk, he's just tough. He's tough. I mean, I'm really impressed with him and his leadership. But again, he was hurt. He got hurt in practice yesterday. But when you approach things the way he does, you find yourself being able to play. And he made himself play, and he played well. All those things helped Joe Octave be Joe Octave, which is a big benefit. So it's a team thing, and I think you see those pieces coming together right now. Which 3 games in, it's nice to see.
And yeah, these are two wins over pretty
good teams.
What is that? I mean, not that you didn't have their attention before, but is there something about them seeing what they are capable of?
I think that's all part of the growth process. Is you go through it, you learn, okay, and okay, we got to get to where there's no feeling out process. Like it's a building process where our guys know, okay, we know what we're doing tonight already. We don't need the first 8 minutes like we had, But when they do occur, it's what I said at halftime. It doesn't last for 8 minutes, and we saw this, a lot later. It's been a big theme. We can't fade away. If you get like that, well, then it lasts 2 minutes instead of 6 minutes, and that's huge for the win column, And then I'd like to keep seeing that from us. That's sort of like keep staying in the games and take those bad times which come and minimize that amount of time because, for my liking, it's still a little too much. But we did a really good job of taking care of the ball for like the last 28 minutes. And I think if our guys keep seeing that, that's a big booster of, okay, let's just do what we do. Let's stay with what we do because good things happen. So, and Nick Jackson, that 2-headed monster thing, he's helping Lucas come along. It's helping Nick give us big minutes where the 20 he's playing are really good minutes. And that's huge. So we're going to see if we can keep developing that.
Surprises you, and I haven't seen that, but I think you only had like 13 turnovers in the game.
We did.
With a team so young, the to take care of the basketball. That's got to be reassuring as a coach.
Well, we got to keep doing that. I mean, we haven't been good in the first couple, but our guy, I got confidence that our guys know it. I really believe in these guys that they'll keep getting better, and that'll be a step that they take in terms of really taking care of that basketball. And if we do that, oftentimes that's our best first line of defense, obviously, because we're making them work. I did want to tire them out. I said it one time late in the game, 6 minutes, or it could have been the 8. Hey, they're tired. You got to keep wearing them out, keep making them guard, because that's what wears teams out. Sometimes people think it's run up and down, whatever. You come here with altitude and you make them guard every possession, and you execute, that wears them out physically and mentally, and that's something we got to keep sort of embracing and getting better at.
For you, it's kind of like you've been revving your engine up. You had 3 at South Dakota,
Yes,
and
sir.
then 7 in that spurt at Tulsa, and now tonight you did this.
Yes, sir.
Is that the way, have you felt it building?
Yeah, definitely. I just felt like I could play better after South Dakota. It was first game, a little bit rusty, but I know what I could do. I feel like everybody knows what I could do, and I just had to play with confidence.
And what was the conversation like with the team in the first half when you guys were down 15?
It was pretty much just keep fighting, keep running our offense, things like that. We know, like I said, we fight. We've been down in the first 3 games, so it's not a position we want to be in, but it's a position we've gotten comfortable with, and we know we got to keep executing. That's what coach instills in us.
And what did you think of Clune with people in it?
Oh, it was awesome.
You hadn't
Waiting
seen
for
that
it.
yet, had you?
No, I haven't. So I've been waiting for it, and it was a dream come true.
What kind of excitement is there with what you guys are doing now, with these 2 wins and just the talent that's pretty evident?
A lot of excitement, Like, we're a young team, but everyone's battle tested already, and we just continue to fight. That's what we have to do. So,
What's your role going to be?
I just feel like I just play defense, play hard. I got to make my shots. I just got to be a spark plug on offense and defense. So.
How's this feel as a senior to see this team doing?
It's great. It's a good feeling, especially banding together, because I know in the first half it was kind of rough, but this team just stays together, so that's what I like the most about it. Like, we fight to the end. That's what we showed.
You've seen a lot of Air Force basketball. Have you seen this kind of collection of talent together?
Yeah. Back in freshman year, sophomore year going up, it was just sometimes we just weren't as connected as we should be, but I think this year it's just a lot of new blood. Everybody's hungry, so I think that's what's really turning the tide right now.
And I know you talked about your role going into the season, but now that you've seen it and you've seen the other guys can carry some scoring load and you can contribute when necessary,
Right.
How do you like this?
I mean, as long as it's the team aspect, so as long as we get a win, whatever I need to do, if it's defensive stops, rebounds, whatever it is, I'm happy to do it.
And how nice was it to be back here at home with some fans?
It's crazy. It feels like it's been forever, but I love it. It's cool.
And yeah, what's said right now in the locker room? Like, first of all, who's the voice? Who's talking? And then, what is that vibe?
It's everybody. Everybody has something to contribute to the team. So it's like when we went to halftime, we talked together, just like, hey, I need you to help me on the backside with help on when they run this play. And some other guys like, okay, we're just a lot of communication. So I think it's not just one person that we're all honing in on. I think we're all collective together. So I think that's what helps us the most.
And was that the difference between 15-point deficit and the comeback?
I think so. Just banding together and just staying with it. It's gonna be a game of runs, but if we stay with it the whole way, we'll be good.
And Joe Octave is a scorer.
Yeah.
He's been doing this
he's good. No, he is. I mean, Joe, that's the Joe I know. So if we can get Joe to play just like himself every time, we'll be fine.
Is it nice having different weapons though? Because a bunch of you guys contributed.
Right. I mean, it's good for us because then for the defense, for them, they can't just hone in on one person, So it's like, okay, I can't overhelp. So if I help with Ethan Taylor, then Joe's going to be open. If I help with AJ, Jake's going to be open. So it's like there's not one person they can just, okay, we're going to double team or whatever, because everybody can make plays.
On the road against Tulsa, then win against a team like tonight, it was a tournament team.
Right.
Like, what does that do for you guys moving forward?
I mean, it just kind of opens it up for us and just understands, like, okay, like, no matter what, like, if we stay together, like, things are gonna work out well. But we just need to fix the mistakes we had in the first half, so we don't have to go fight from the bottom, come back up top.
Don't laugh at me. This is the first time we saw Joe Scott that up and personal. Is he that intense all the time?
All the time. That's what's great about him too. You're not gonna get like a different person. Every day it's the same person. That's what's great about it. Because it's better than having somebody wishy-washy. So it's good.
Great.
Oh yeah, he's just passionate. You know, is he not passionate? I think he's passionate. So I mean, it's good.